Well, I tell you, I like going early. My clock says 1 minute till 9:59, but I like going early. What about you guys? Do you guys like going early? I don't know. I got some new goodies here. Let me show you this. Ha! I'm always telling people if you got a question, start with QQQ. Now you don't have to. I just got it as a banner. I'm using StreamYard. I'm going to interview Bill from Pop's Wisdom Talk. He and I have been sitting here for the last 45 minutes yakking away. We've had a blast, man. I got to tell you, he is one great guy. Matter of fact, let me get him in here and say hi to everybody, Pops.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Pop here. Good to be here.
My word, and you're looking so great today. How do you do it anyway?
Oh man, when you're 30 years old, it's not hard to look good, you know.
So we better tell everybody, Bill, that you and I got on this week after I invited you to come on the live stream. You and I got on, and I wanted to test some of the stuff in StreamYard. And I think I did record some of that, but I think we were on for an hour. I mean, we had a blast talking, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast. Yes, sir. Had fun.
Yeah. And when we got done, I almost said, I don't know if I want this guy on the channel or not.
I'll push him all your way that I can. And that to me, it's like, hey, the more the better, the more success and the more we can help. I mean, you know, I'm too old to be competitive and try to, you know,
Yeah.
not keep people from succeeding.
Let me get over here to a couple of these people first so we can acknowledge who's here. You're going to be at the doctor's office. How come you guys schedule appointments when all these important live streams are going on? I don't get it, you know. Everybody's got an appointment. Everybody's got an appointment. Hey, even Debbie Sue. Well, of course, I saw some of this ahead of time, and I told Bill we were talking while you guys were chatting already. I told Bill, you know, if nobody's here, you and I can talk for an hour and a half by ourselves. We don't need anything else, you know.
Yeah, that's for daggum sure. Absolutely.
Here's one of my favorite new creators, Cheddar Boye. And I got to tell you, this guy is really cool. Go check his channel out. He bought one of my coffee mugs, and I warned him. You get a coffee mug. Where'd my mug go? I can't find it. Yeah, I got coffee mugs and stuff. But you get a coffee mug. Whoops, I might tell you the right side. Then you got to look at my face all the time. Come on, give me a break. But you can get stickers and all that kind of stuff there. But I'm not trying to sell that stuff. Hey, shoes off with KC. I saw, I've seen you in a couple of other live chats here recently. People get around. Lori, she posted a schedule of everybody, which I think is really cool. Hey, Winnie, how you doing? Just checking down here to see who's here and might be saying something.
I want to say regarding Ola. Yeah, I want to say regarding KC. Now, that's a gal that I just picked up on probably after your last live stream, and I've watched probably half of her videos, and she is a hoot. If you haven't seen her, you need to check her out because, man, I just really love it. She's got a great personality and has some really good content. Just a great gal.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Let's see. Down
Catherine
here.
at Fabulous 60s. Now, Catherine at Fabulous 60s, I've been texting her or going back and forth with her. I love her because she's from Odessa, Texas, so I've nicknamed her Odessa. And, you know, I'm down here in South Texas, Corpus Christi, and, you know, so we got something in common, but she's a great guy. Has some pretty good stuff, too.
So Chuck says, to be successful on YouTube, you got to have a gray beard. Do you agree with that, Pops?
That's it. Hey, that's our secret. And now the secret's out, so everybody's going to be growing beards.
Make sure and go watch Pop's video that he released yesterday on Sunday. He gave Chuck a shout out. Myself, I'm going to ask him a question about his club and whatever as we go along here. And a lot of people that we know. Yeah. Look at this. A lot of nice people in here winning the week. You see, Scott, I really blew it. I missed that you changed escaping the suburbs. Evidently, you escaped the suburbs and you're gone, right, buddy? So now you're winning the week. I kind of like that. That's positive. Can I join this meeting of the Society of Distinguished Wearers of Excellent Hats? Hey. And you got the beard, Scott, but you also got the long hippie hair, man. Yeah, you'd fit it. We only get all three of us on here, you know. Maybe we could do. Maybe the three of us could do a course for YouTube, and it would involve old guys with beards and long hair. I don't have the long hair. Nice to see you, Scott. Nice to see you,
mine's getting kind of long. Old Granny's always telling me you need a haircut, Pop, but I'm not too religious on that. But yeah, you got to have the beard and the hat, and then the final thing that'll make it is the cigar. That'll really put you over the top.
I've smoked cigars on and off my life from being in the Marine Corps. Shoes off with KC. Pops was just talking about you.
Yeah, she's an angel.
Have some popcorn. Yeah, look at you guys. A lot of regulars in here that we really know. CL, nice to see you here. Hey, Lori, Pops and I were just talking about you. I don't think he knew about you for sure, but I put him on to your channel. He's going to go pester you. So if you want to block him when he gets there, that's fine.
You might want to do that. Yeah.
Oh, man, I tell you. Hey, guys, how are you two doing?
There's another good group right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trekking so much anymore because of my back issues. Oh, my word.
I just watched one of Deb and Mike's videos this morning, and they're a great couple.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lori was on this night. Lori posted this thing on her community page with all the live streams. Thank you, Lori, for doing that. It's there are some really quality people doing quality live streams, and I noticed there's a lot of people that go to the various live streams. It really is something cool. I had a problem because I set all my live streams for public, not subscribers. And yesterday afternoon, I went in to look at it, and I had over 200 or 100, I don't know, I can't lost track of spammers that had come in and left. Oh man, what a mess that was to clean up. Hey, speaking of Catherine Fabulous at 60s, look at there she is.
Yep, there you go. She's a real sweetheart.
Glenda, nice to see you. Look at all these nice people. Look at all these nice people.
You talking about the live streams, Mike, you know, what I've done is, of course, I've put this out on some of my videos that I started rolling cigars back last September. That's a long story, but bottom line, I've been smoking cigars since I was 8 years old. And I smoke, you know, quality cigars. I don't smoke $20, $30 cigars. They're $5, $10, $15 cigars. Average like this one here, like around $10. And this is not one of mine. I'm behind on rolling, but anyway, but I'll roll cigars and just turn that sucker on and just let it go. And I'll watch some people's channels. I'll binge watch 5, 10, 15, 20 videos, or catch a good live cast like this that's recorded, sit there and just watch it while I'm rolling cigars. And it's just a blast.
So Bill, do you know this I can't remember this lady's first name. Do you know her?
Uh, yeah, I've got it somewhere over here.
See, Bill's got all these notes. I mean, you're so far. Bill's a crack up. I'm gonna get to the interview here in a minute. I love this.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
not
net.
gonna touch.
It's carpet. That's a net.
I am not gonna touch this comment. Bill, you want to take that comment on?
Uh,
I am not gonna touch it, buddy.
okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Annette, here's the deal.
I better
I
bring Danny in here for that one.
yeah, I pastor a church with
Oh my
seniors,
goodness.
and I've heard it all, man. I've heard it all. Oh golly.
Okay,
Oh.
Annette, you got the combination now. Get that beard and that cap, and all right, you'll skyrocket.
Isn't it wonderful to connect this way? People we would have never met. You're absolutely true. That's
Oh,
true. That's
absolutely.
true.
Yeah, that's
You have gained a loyal group of. Go ahead, Bill.
I've told people that this, as most of y'all know, if you haven't seen my video, the one about the mask, when I was wearing the mask, I tell my story. And one of the things I say is when I turned 70, I pretty much quit on life. And again, it's a long story. I don't have time to go into it now, but bottom line, this thing, due to my kids and the Lord and some other influences, I started a YouTube channel, and it's just, I get up at 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, and I love doing videos and rolling cigars and talking with people and interacting. And it's just giving me my life back. And I feel like a new person, and it's just great. And I have a whole community that I call my YouTube family, and it's just like a family. And it is just fantastic.
So Bill, let's move into the interview. Otherwise, we'll be yakking away. It's kind of fun. I got all these neat people in the chat, and I will come back to the chat. But let's start off by you just simply. Oops, that's not the one I want. There's the one I want. Whoop, that's not the one I want either. See, I'm still fiddling around here. I'll get it in a minute. Well, where did the one I want go? That's not it. That's not it. Well, I guess we'll just stay with this one.
That's cool.
So there may be some people that don't know that much about you. I know more about you than I wished I did after talking to you a couple times this week. Why can you give us a 60-second summary of where you've come from and what you're doing? And maybe don't talk about getting on YouTube yet. I got a couple of questions for that. But who is Bill? Old, young, wisdom guy. Tell me.
I'm just an old guy that's been through a lot in life. I've been through successes and failures. I've been a multimillionaire, and I've been dead broke and had my house repossessed. I've lost a business. I've filed bankruptcy. I've helped a lot of people. I was a pastor at a church. I've done a lot of marriages and funerals and a lot of counseling, and just been through a lot in life. And it's just stuff that I believe that maybe can help folks out. So that's kind of where I am now, is just 72 years old and just having fun putting stuff out there. If it hits, good. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I don't worry about it. I'm done with my competitive years, and I'm just having fun now.
So I've got your channel up on the screen. How did you come up with a name for your channel?
Well, I was between my kids and grandkids, and they talked about how smart I was, which is kind of a joke. I'm not really smart. I've just done a lot of stuff, and my wisdom, all the stuff that I've gained, and somehow or another, we just talked about an idea and looked on YouTube, see what was there and wasn't there, and came up with several different ideas, and it just kind of boiled down to, there's a lot of Pop's wisdoms and a lot of Pops and stuff like that, but there was no Pop's wisdom talk or talks. And so, hey, everybody liked it. Let's do it.
So, have you always been a natural storyteller? You're a terrific storyteller, and I think there's a difference between telling a story and being a storyteller. Anybody can tell a story, but you've been able to capture in your videos what Darren Strauss calls the art of storytelling. That the entire video kind of reflects from that. Have you always been a storyteller naturally?
Pretty much, yeah. I remember first time I realized it in fourth grade when the teacher said make up a story, and I made up a outlandish, ridiculous story that we told to the class, and everybody liked it and laughed. And I said, "Hey, that's pretty good." And I can make up stuff and create stuff, and it just some people like it, some don't, and I don't do it a lot because I found most people are too busy or interested in themselves and want to talk themselves, not listen to me. So that's kind of it's just I don't know. It's just a gift or a talent that like telling stories. I have to be careful that I don't go too long. So that's the main thing.
So, how do you build trust on a YouTube channel?
Just be authentic and genuine, and just be yourself. Don't try to perform. Don't try to be an actor. Don't try to copy somebody else verbatim. Just be you. And there's things you can do to tweak yourself and examine. I watch every video myself probably a dozen times, and I shouldn't have said that. I should have done this, and I critique myself and make notes and mental notes, and just try to keep improving and just getting better, and just be yourself, just who you are. People
So,
love you.
Bill, do you ever reshoot a video? You shoot a video and then you look at it and then or you upload it and take it down and reshoot it?
I've done that. Yeah, it's more times than I like, because you do a video and you think got it, and then there's a mistake or a problem, and you look at it and something wasn't just right. So you got to redo it. And I used to get kind of in the beginning kind of upset about it, and I realized that now when that happens, it's like, okay, the Lord's telling me something. You can do it better, and I do it the second time, and it's so much better, and it's like I get a peace about it. So yeah, I've done that a lot of times, Mike.
Yeah, I usually don't advise that, but in the very beginning, I experienced that also. What advice would you give for somebody in the fourth quarter of their life starting a YouTube channel? What kind of considerations should they make?
Well, I'd say just do it to have fun and to help other people. Don't do it for yourself just so you can see what you can gain out of it. I found in life, if you do things to help other people and enrich other people's lives and make them better, that will help and enrich your life and make you better. So just try to have fun with it. Let it have meaning and purpose in your life for something you're doing for somebody else. Leave a legacy, leave something for other people that they can benefit from. And that's basically what I do.
I think one of the biggest challenges that people have that I hear, they're afraid to turn the camera on, sit down like you and I are, start talking into the camera. Did you have any fear when you started out doing that?
I didn't really have a fear because my background has me. I've done public speaking, as I said in that video about the masks. That I had an insurance business back when I was in my 30s, and I had a tremendous mentor taught me about people and about life and about business. And so I had a lot of experience. I've talked in front of thousands of people at conventions and what have you. And there's a certain degree of fear or hesitancy, but for me, it's just, again, just be yourself, be natural. And here's another point that I want to make and say this compassionately. A lot of people get on and make a video that I watch, and it might be a 30-minute video of just rambling. And really, when you make a video, think in your mind ahead of time. And like that video with the mask, I think I had 25 hours in that video. And I knew when I made it, this might get 50 views. I don't care. You got to have a mindset of, I don't care if it gets 5 views, 50 views, or 5 million views. That doesn't matter. It's kind of like, we're both preacher background, Mike. And when you're talking to a group of us, whether it's 25 people or 2,500 people, you want to give it your best, and you got to prepare. You got to think ahead of what you're going to say, and then outline it. And I outline it. And let me tell you something, this might help you all out. Let's see here. This is what I do when I do a video. And now I'm giving away some of my secrets. Is that okay, Mike?
Yeah, sure, sure.
I'll write my script out on as I'm thinking about it, as I'm thinking, I'll write it out on a regular, you know, folder, binder paper or whatever, write it all out. And then I take that and I condense it into some 4x6 cards like this. And
Cool.
I might have anywhere from 2 to 4 cards, and I'll write it. I'll skip every line. I write it, not cursive, but writing. And it's just basically a bullet point, just kind of what I want to say. And then I'll take those, and I tape them to my camera. I still use an iPhone, and I'll take my iPhone and I'll turn it like I'm gonna do it, and I'll tape it to the bottom of the iPhone right below the camera.
I
And
love it.
I'll put a little piece of Scotch tape like this, and I'll take just a little piece about like this, and I'll put it on the top of that card like that, and I'll take that and I'll put it on my iPhone wherever I'm gonna, kind of like that, and it'll just hang right there. And I'll put the other one on top with the tape over a little bit, and then that way I'm looking at my cards and I'm looking right at the phone at the camera. And don't read a script. People don't
Yeah.
like somebody sit there and reading a script. You just look at it to make sure you're staying on cue and have it. And I'll rehearse it before I post it. I will do that, those cards, and I'll sit there, start my stopwatch, and I'll read it. And up 15 minutes. That's too long. Chop it down. I want to get it down to where it's all said and done. It's about 10 or 12 minutes. I'll record it. I'll go and I'll edit it. I edit all my videos. Some people don't edit it all, and that's okay. My style is I want it to be my best. So I'm going to edit out all the and all scratching my nose and all the and all that stuff, and I'll chop it out and I'll make it to where it's just a video, and I'll chop it down to about 6, 7, 8 minutes. And that's my goal, is to have it somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes.
So what editor do you use to edit?
iMovie.
iMovie.
And
That's what I started with.
That's because that's all I know. I mean, my grandson, hey, Pop, I got 2 grandsons that are into this stuff. Hey, use this one, use that one. And I don't know the different ones they use. And I look at them and, oh, that's something else I got to learn. And folks, I am technology illiterate. At one time, we had a technology company, a multi-million-dollar technology company with over 50 employees, and I didn't know how to turn on a computer. I just hired the people that knew how to do it. So now I
Oh
just go to
man.
my son, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so when they bring these new deals up, it's like, I don't have time to learn a whole new deal. I've learned it with iMovie from the beginning. That's just what I use. And I
So
just started using my laptop.
so now show them your other cheat sheet so you make sure you got everything ready before you record.
Well, if you're like me, how many times did you record that you forgot to put on the mic or turn on the mic or make sure
I
the
don't
mic
want
was
to
working?
tell you how many times.
And it's like, oh, you do the whole video, and or you got the fan over here running, and it's in the background, and the lights are blaring back here. So my granddaughter made me this. This is a family affair. My son, my granddaughter, my grandson, different ones. And she made me this, and I put this. It's on a box just like this that I have stuck up on my deal. And here's what it said. I don't know if you can see that or not, but basically, that's my checklist. I'm a pilot, and pilots have checklists you need to do before you fly to make sure you got the control locks out, to make sure your controls work, to make sure you got fuel, all these things. And I came up with the idea. I'm just tired of having to redo these because I forgot something. And Pop, make a checklist. And I said, okay. So she printed that out, put it on that box, taped it on there, and sticks it up here. So every time I start a video, I'll stop and go, okay, lights, hat, camera. Anyway, that's
So
what I do.
So, Pops, I got to ask you another question related to all this. One of the things, I've got several videos I've done where I suggest that if you're in the fourth quarter of your life, you're not looking for another full-time job. And so YouTube becomes either a hobby or something you do on the side. Maybe you make some money with it or not. But you and I have had a couple of talks offline already about this. Even though that may be the goal, we end up spending a lot of time doing this. Are you doing this full time now?
Well, my whole life I've worked an average of anywhere from 10 to 14 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week with whatever I was doing. And like I said, I was pretty much burned out at 70 and just sleep until 8 or 9 in the morning watching TV. I've watched all the Gunsmokes and Matlocks and all that stuff. And so when this happened, it was just a spark. And when I started it off a little bit, and all of a sudden within just a few weeks, I was putting in 6, 8, 10 hours a day. Now I'm going to say YouTube. Well, I just finished 6 months, and I've checked it the other day. I think I've spent over 1,000 hours just on YouTube. And that's not just making videos, of course. That's trying to learn the technology, watch other channels, watch other mentors, and then for the group out there, just so this Mike, this guy right here, is the best mentor you can have. He's the best knowledgeable guy. He's got the time, the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom. He's been down the road. He knows what he's doing. He's successful. And I focus, he's my number one guy. I think I've watched, if not all his videos, most of them. So, yeah.
Well, Bill,
Full time?
thank you.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Thank you. The check's in the mail, buddy.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
You guys crack me up, man. Hey, look at this. Hey, I'll split this with you, Bill. Serving my Redeemer, $5. Super sticker. I'll send you 250. Thank you very much. I appreciate that gift a lot. Oh, my word.
Great.
Let me see. Bill, I really need you to talk about, my background. I was getting on online in 1980, 81 with a FidoNet. That was before the internet was. It was called FidoNet. And it was, sharing computers across the internet. And then I got on CompuServe. Well, community has really been the heart of my passion for being on YouTube. You're an innovator with community. I want you to talk a little bit about and tell the people. I wrote it down a couple of different times, but you do something called a roll call, and you have something called Pops Pal. So explain to everybody, because people are going to watch this video later on after it is uploaded, and I want everybody to know what you're doing, because I think it's really cool. Go for it.
Well, short into it, and one of the things I learned in life and in business years ago is everybody wants to be special, wants to feel special. Everybody loves to hear their name called. That's just human nature. That's the way we all are. We want to be somebody. And so, I don't know, it just came to my mind. I was replying to comments, and when I first started, I'd get half a dozen comments or what have you. And I said, you know what? How can I recognize these folks and say thank you? I appreciate you watching and subscribing and etc. And it just popped into my head, Pops. I need to have a roll call where I call their name. And it's like, what am I going to call it? Well, Pops Pals Roll Call. So I started Pops Pals Club. And I did it, and I would do it once a week. At the end of the day, Saturday night or Sunday morning, usually, I'll see who all commented over the last week. And I would make a short. And it started off at about a minute or less, and then a minute and a half, then 2 minutes. And I just simply say, hey, thanks for watching. And, Mike, from Old Me Living Better commented, thank you, Mike, and just read them off. And I did something different this last week. I mean, it's gotten so big now. The last short I did was over nearly 3 minutes long. I said, oh, it's getting thick. Well, because of the comments this last week, I said, I'm going to make a long video, and I hope it's not a mistake. And I do a lot of stuff like just throw it out there and see what happens. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, scrap it. Let's try it and see. Well, I haven't looked to see. I actually have not even checked that out. It posted this morning at 6 or 7 o'clock. And it was a 9-minute video, and I spoke more. The ones who just commented, I've read the name. The ones that have channels and that I subscribe to or interact with, I did a little bit more. Those of y'all maybe that saw that video, you know what I'm talking about. And it came out to about 9 minutes and 40 seconds, something like that. And I thought, this is a pretty long video. So I did it, and I just like to recognize everybody that has commented, subscribed, shared, or whatever. And I get some real positive, strong feedback. Some of those shorts, they would get 400, 500, 600 views on a Pops roll call. It's like, what in the world? Why are these people watching this? But anyway, does that kind of say it for you, Mike? What you're looking for?
Yeah, hang on a second. Let's turn this on for a moment.
Get your name called out. How about that? But before we get started, as I told you all before,
I love it.
My own
but this is Pops.
And the folks that commented have their own channel. I want you to take note of this. Go check them out. Subscribe. Watch some of their videos.
Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We'll see how it does. I don't know. It might be too long. I don't know.
So I haven't been paying much attention to the chat. KC, Bill, I got another 250 I got to send you, buddy. Here's
all right, KC. Yeah, and this is a working gal. She doesn't have a lot of discretionary income to be given out there. So thank you, KC. That's such a generous heart. And that's just the way she is. She's a generous, loving, giving gal. Got a great channel.
she's got more energy than you and I put together, my friend.
Amen. That's right. And I love watching her. She's just such a hoot.
So Bill, back on the questions, where'd my glasses go? Oh, see, the problem is once you get to be a certain age, you can't remember where nothing's at.
Yeah.
So, so the video I just showed a moment ago, that's your first long form video. Have you done any live streaming yet?
I have not.
Do you
I don't,
plan
like I
to?
said, I've been thinking about it. I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff, Mike. And it's like, and my kids, my son, Kyle, he knows how to do all that, but he's busy working, and it's like, uh, it's like, I'd like to do a live stream. It's just a matter of knowing how to do it and what to do and all that. But, and I'm learning from you and a couple of other live streamers, but, yeah, I think that would be great, and I love doing the duel like this. So with the live streams that I see when there's two folks, there's a group out there. It's um, their frontal lobe podcast, and it's two guys, and it's great. I mean, it is kind of tag team, kind of like a two-person radio talk show, and I think that
Yeah.
is great. I love it.
I don't know. Maybe you and I can talk about doing a long-term contract.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, not too long. I ain't got that much longer to live, Mike.
So we could get JB in here to bring his guitar, and between the guitar, I won't say too much about JB. Well, let's see. Well, he smokes a pipe, I think. So we could get JB with the guitar, famous singer, Pops, and me. The three of us, we could go on the road. Well, we could go on live stream. We could have a kit, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh my word!
Now.
Hey, Mike. Thank you, guys, man.
Hey, look at old Mike out there.
Hey, Bill, I got to get you on more often. I got all these gifts coming in. Right? You got to figure out how to send half of this to you, my friend. Hey, thank you, Mike. I appreciate.
Yeah, Mike, that's great. He's another good guy, man. I love that fella.
Look at this. Look at this. I didn't even. Hey, Bill, did you ask people for an offering? It's not offering time at church. Come on, man.
No, do I need to do that, Mike? Do I need to tell, hey, reach a little bit deeper, folks. You can do better than that. Pull it out of your pocket. So we're in need here.
You guys are just funny. Oh, brother. Yeah, absolutely. Look at all these guys, man.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Winnie. Thank you. You guys are great. You guys crack me up. Oh my word.
I'm trying to write these names down so I can go to their channels, but I'm going to have to go back and watch this video again because they're happening too fast. I can't write them down fast enough.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll make sure. God,
look at Lori.
My word.
Wow, Lori. How generous. Do you feel like a telethon now, Mike?
Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 10 minutes left. Quick, get those dollars in.
Call this number.
Bill, you and I have way too much history in this stuff. Oh my word.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, now, okay, you've been on for 6 months, Bill. Where are you going to be at in another, well, I don't know, about a year? The problem is at 82, of course, you're a young guy at 72 or 3. How old are you?
72. Yeah.
72. So I'm 10 years in front of you. Where do you want to be at in 6 months or a year?
Mike, that's real strange because in my past life, I've been pretty goal oriented, where I want to go, what I want to do, and what have you. And in the beginning, I thought about that. Hey, 6 months, a year, and this and that. But somewhere along the road, I said, you know what? I'm just going to do what I do, have fun doing it, helping who I can. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm trying to leave enough content, enough legacy for my kids, grandkids, and the people out there down the road that, I might have a video that doesn't do good now, but in 5 or 10 years does good. So I really don't have any what I'd call goals, Mike, because I'm just get up in the morning and just have fun looking at everybody's stuff and commenting and making videos. And it's just, I suspect, one of my goals and I had subscriber goals, and now I'm learning more and more. It doesn't really matter about subscribers because you can have 100,000 subscribers and only get 1,000 views from them, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't worry so much about that. I worry about my content. And I was telling Mike, for those of you that are out here right now, I've evolved into an era of when I think about something, I think I probably put as much or more time in the thumbnail and the title and the look and the packaging as I do because I can have the greatest video in the world, I've learned, but if people don't see it, it doesn't do any good. So you got to have something that people want to. I have this. My son told me, and this is what I try to do. I think of my thumbnails and the title like I'm driving down the road and see a billboard up there. I look at it for a second, maybe two, and it either grabs my attention and I want to know more about it, or I don't. And that's what, to me, a thumbnail and a title does. Somebody sees it and it's got to grab them within that first 1 or 2 seconds and say, I want to see more. And then you got to have good content. And so that's kind of, I guess that's what I focus on. I'm just kind of letting it go. It's kind of like going fishing. I'd like to get a whole boat full of fish, but I'm just going to go have fun and bring the fish in that I can catch, you
So,
know?
so looking at your homepage right now, you sort of do what I do, which is I get my face and everything. I see you're using some AI. That's AI, obviously.
Right.
Are you using AI for your thumbnails at all?
I use AI for all of my thumbnails because I don't know how to do a thumbnail. As I said, I'm technology illiterate and I've just now started learning the laptop and I started this in the beginning to where I've started to where I'm trying to put my face in each thumbnail and I'll send the picture I want to AI, chat GPT and say, make me a
Okay.
thumbnail. And usually I'll give them I'll run over some of the titles and what have you. I try to make them as short as I can, run them by AI, the chat, and he'll come back with something. Nope, don't like it. Put it over here. Put it over there. Do this. Do that. And we might go back and forth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before we get it. That looks good. And sometimes I run it by my son. What do you think? Oh yeah, it's too light, too dark. This that. But yeah, I use AI for that. I don't let AI tell me what to say or the content. I do that, but I just use it for a tool
So,
as a helper.
so spend a little more time now. I know your answer to this, but I want everybody to hear it. So you're using AI for your thumbnails. You also do what I recommend is that before I even write a script, uh, I get an idea and the first thing I work on is the thumbnail and the title. If I can't get beyond that, it doesn't do any good to write a script. How are you using AI beyond doing the thumbnail?
Well, I use AI kind of like a coach, I guess you'd say, to kind of see what's working out there, what's not. I'll have a script and I'll read that script to AI. Pop, yeah, you're not catching them in the beginning. You need more of a hook in the beginning. We need to reword that, and he'll kind of reword it for me and say, instead of saying this, say that. And of course, I don't think I've ever done verbatim what he said. I will take it and say, okay, and he tells me, put it in your own words, make it you. But here's the direction you want him to go. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you go out and you do that and you write something, you send it to him, and he comes back and says, whoa, 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 no, no, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but it's not going to grab any people. In other words, you're not going to get many views because of that. So that's kind of how I use it, more like a coach. I'm the player. I'm running the plays. Give me the ball. I'll run it. I'll find the holes. I'll run through the line. I'll do what I can, or I'll throw the pass. But the coach might say, "Hey, Bill, you're not getting set," or "Hey, you're running to the wrong side." Or go to the, you know what I'm saying, and just use it more as a coach and as a guide. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I don't you I have a paid thumbnail designer. I gave up on thumbnails. I like to create them. They're fun, but I have enough scale that I was able to afford to hire somebody to do mine. So that's the way I'm approaching that. Yeah, I use AI as a uh like you do, Bill, as a coach. I don't let it write anything. I've really enjoyed using it as research, and
Yes. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think you could, yeah, I think you can get a lot of insights doing that. Matter of fact, forgot who recommended this. So I went in and asked AI, what are the current news topics that are hot for 2026 for people that are in the fourth quarter of their life aging? Well, come to
Yeah.
find out that baby boomers turn 80 in
Yeah.
2026. Well, that's right up my alley. So I'm working on a
Yeah.
video for that.
Right.
So you can get a lot of ideas using that. Bill, there's a lot of people in the chat. I kind of lost track of them. I apologize. Bill and I are kind of rambling on here. Um, you've got you have a heart on your channel. You're not afraid to share your faith. You're not afraid to share what you've been through. For people that may watch this video now or in the future, and what's the most encouraging thing that you can share with somebody from maybe your life experience or where you're at right now?
Well, of course, the number one thing is you got to have your life right with the Lord. It seems like when things went awry in my life, it's when I kind of got out of step, and it's a relationship. So that's number one. Number two, you got to get that right. Number two is you got to feel good about yourself and who you are, and that you're okay. You're good. You're God's creation. They're the only one of you out of the billions of people on this planet that's only you, and you're the only one. So you're special. Everybody is special, and I try to let everybody know that you're special, you're important, you're loved, you're cared for, and so I have a real compassion for those that take their life, because when you get to that point, you've just basically lost hope and you just got to the end of the rope. And so I try to reach out to folks like that. Maybe, as I've said when I started, if my on this channel can help one person be led to the Lord, or one person keep them jumping off the bridge, or keep them getting a divorce, or losing their mind, then I'm a success. And that's the way I look at it. So as you get older, realize life is short. In fact, I'm getting ready to do a video. I think the title is uh, Life is Getting Faster, or something like that. The older we get, the faster it gets. And so, as we start getting towards the end, appreciate what you have. Don't worry about the big stuff. Don't sweat everything, and just enjoy life. Enjoy your family, your friends, the Lord, your faith, and relax and breathe and just enjoy life and take each day one day at a time. That's what I do. I get up, thank you, Lord, it's another day. Might be my last one. If it is, I'm okay. I'm ready to go. If it's not, then use me to help somebody else. So that's my advice. Just try to do for others. As the Bible says, treat other people the way you want to be treated, and think more highly of your neighbor than yourself, and just simple things like that. That's kind of what I would tell folks.
Isn't it wonderful, Bill, that it's the simple things in life
Yep.
that we also miss those when we no longer have the opportunity to have access to them. And working with seniors a lot, it's hard when you all of a sudden have diminished capacity physically, mentally, and all of that. So making the most of the day, living one day at a time. What have you learned from your Gen Z or younger family members, maybe your kids and grandkids probably?
Well, that's a good one. That might be one of the toughest questions you've asked, Mike. It's like I've learned from them that there's still hope in this world, and those kids, if kids nowadays are raised right, and that's one of the problems we have, is too many kids are being raised by daycare and by outside sources, and they aren't being really taught the right things about faith and family and love and what have you. But there's still hope, and these kids, man, my grandkids they're my life, and they're all just, I can't say enough good things about them. And they're going to make good citizens and good Christians and good. All six of my grandkids have been saved. All of my sons and daughters and son-in-laws and daughter, whole family, they've all accepted the Lord. They're all been saved. And so, you know, I just see hope in the younger generation, and hopefully a future.
So, so what advice do you give to parents and grandparents whose kids and grandkids have not accepted the Lord?
Just be a good example for them. Share your faith with them, and let them know the importance that your education, your job, your money, your things, or all that stuff, none of that matters is important. You know, Solomon, who in Ecclesiastes says that at the end of his life, when he had everything in the world, all the money, all, whatever he dreamed of, he had it. He said it was all in vain, his vanity. So try to instill in your grandkids, if they're not a believer, who Jesus is, important faith is, and that the only thing that really matters is your relationship with Christ and being, you know, a loving individual, thinking about other people, and just try to be an example and don't push them. Just live it and share it, and you know, be there for them when they need you, and you know, just give them time.
I love it. Look at this that just popped up. Serving my Redeemer, thank you for the gift. He quotes he or she, I don't know which one. Hebrews 6:10, God is not unjust, he will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them.
That's
Thank you. I
wonderful.
appreciate that. Yeah, I love the book of Hebrews, and
Yep, yep.
that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm thinking about now. My grandson, who's just turned 20, was here over Christmas. He's Gen Z, and I don't know, Pop. Do you have any idea how many young people follow you?
I really don't. I don't think there's a whole lot. I've found that most younger people don't want to hear from an old man. It's, you know, I don't know. It's and you know, and to go back to what you said earlier, Mike, one of the problems with some of the Gen Zs or the younger ones is God, faith, Bible is not taught in the public schools these days. When I was a kid, our teacher, I remember in elementary school in the early 60s, our teacher had a Bible on the desk, and every morning we said a prayer. You know, it was God was recognized as our creator and our redeemer. And that's looked down on now, particularly the universities. They they preach anti-God, and that's hard for these young minds when they're molded that way, particularly if they don't have a real good role model at home, and someone that's taught them from the time they were grown. All of my grandkids were homeschooled, and they're some of the smartest kids in the world. In fact, my two youngest ones are already a grade ahead, and they have Bible studies in their homeschool
Hmm.
lessons, and they're taught at home with their parents who are Christians and believers, and they read the Bible. They can quote scripture, and it's like if you don't get that foundation and that biblical food when you're younger, then you get older and you're influenced by these people. Uh, you know, it's very difficult. It's difficult for them to understand who God is and the necessity for salvation. I
Well,
don't know if I.
here's the deal. Yeah, boy, do I agree with you. I think as grandparents or people that are our age, people that are our age that even don't have kids, I think that for this probably hits every faith-based people, but especially as Christians, one of the biggest problems for me personally has been actually living the life. And right now we have a plethora of Christian leaders that have fallen from grace for one
Yep.
reason or another. And
Right.
I think that, it's the old thing. Are you going to walk the talk, or are you just going to
Yep.
talk and not walk
Yep.
it? And,
Yep.
and all of us make mistakes. You and I have had some conversations. I mentioned to you earlier, if it hadn't been for the Lord, my wife and I would have never been divorced a long time ago. But
Here, here.
the reason we've gotten through 60 years is because we love the Lord more than we love anybody else.
Yes.
I've had failings that I've had to seek be restored in and restore family relationships over the years, not just my immediate family, but my extended family. And I think the biggest challenge is people are always watching us. They're watching what we do, what we say. Are we living up to what we say that we believe in? And I'm sad to say it took me a lot of years to understand how important that is, not only to people, but important to the Lord. I think Jesus. Peter after the resurrection. He'd gone back to fishing, right? And
Yep.
so, so the Lord comes up on the shore and says, "Hey, come on in, cast the net on the other side." And the three things that Jesus asked Peter: "Do you love me more than these?" And then second, "Do you love me? Do you love me?" And of course, some of us know there's a couple of different Greek words in there. But the key was he asked him three times, "Do you love me?" Peter said yes to each one. And then at the end of that passage, he simply says, "Follow me." If I really love the Lord, then the next step is to really follow him and not follow my own desires. And I'm thrilled in talking to you, Bill. We've gone through a lot of the same in different ways, same kind of challenges. Is there one verse in the Bible that is your life verse or most important verse that you have?
Well, let me back up 1 second to what you said about kids seeing what we do, and you're right. One of my challenges was to live my life in a way that's a good representative for Christ and says what I believe. And so I've got a phrase or saying is that um, people don't hear, or no, people don't listen to what you're saying because they're hearing what you're doing.
I
And
love
so,
that. That's great.
it's like, uh, and I tell people when I was preaching, I tell people, don't pattern your life after me, and don't look at my life to pattern to learn how to do it. I'm just a mouthpiece, and unfortunately, I'm flawed, and I have problems, and I do things wrong. I remember one time when I was working for the phone company. I was in my early 20s, and there was a guy working with me, and I'd been talking to him about the Lord and this and that. And I don't know what happened one day, and I just let out a line of curse words. And when I was younger, before I was a believer, I cursed. I'm sorry, I hate to admit it, but I was, and I did. But the minute it came out of my mouth, I thought, "What did you just do?" And he stopped in his tracks. "Bill, did you hear what you just said?" And I was like, "Oh my word!" And you can't take it back. It's like, but anyway, uh, as far as a favorite verse, I really don't have a favorite verse. There's so many of them that are so good that I don't have any one particular verse that's really, that's it. That's me. That's who I am. I love Paul, the writer Paul. I mean, I look at Romans and I read that and say, man, that's me. That's me. The very things that I forget the exact scripture, but the very things I want to do, I don't. The things I don't want to do, I do. And wretched man that I
Yeah.
am, and it's, what I'm talking about. And that's
Yeah.
me.
That's Romans 6 and 7. Yeah. My
There you
favorite
go.
verse is Galatians 2:20. I got it when I was on staff with Campus Crusade for Christ for a while. And I am crucified with Christ. The life I now live is not my life, but the life which Christ Jesus lives in and through me. And
There
I
you go.
picked that up at Arrowhead Springs at a conference, and the speaker had challenged us to have a life verse. I encourage people to find a life verse and memorize it, something that you can live by, and something that is a sort of a benchmark or your window that you live by. So, Bill, let's go over in here and take a look at what's going on in the chat before we get off here. We're kind of winding down. I have to focus on boring work. Hey, Cheddar, you're the happy dude, man. Come on. What are you talking about? It was fun, Mike, and everyone. Let's keep improving one video at a time. That's right. That's right. Bill
Yep.
and I are gonna
Yep.
once we get off of here. Bill and I are gonna go. We'll have an after action meeting and evaluate how we could have done it better.
There you go.
I don't know, man.
Always critique yourself.
Yeah,
And one
right,
of my
right, right.
videos I talked about, one of the things that's helped me in my life is my dad was a welder, and he didn't want to teach me how to weld, because he said, if I teach you how to weld too young, you won't go to college and get a degree, and you'll be digging ditches the rest of your life. Well, and there's a story behind that too. When I was 40 years old and broke and out of work, when I had a buddy we got set up a deal where we had a ditching machine putting in pipelines, and I was sitting there in the heat of the summer one day going along digging that ditch, and it hit me like a flash. Boom! I'm digging ditches for a living. But anyway, uh, and where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, all he taught me about our critiquing and what have you, and what I've always tried to do. He did eventually teach me how to weld. He gave up, and I kept pestering him, and he said, "Bill, every weld you make, try to make it better than the weld you just made. Always try
Ah,
to improve."
yeah,
And so I've
I
tried
love
to
it.
apply that to my life. Everything I do, and my wife gets on to me, "Bill, you did too critical on yourself. You're always criticizing yourself." Well, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. But anyway,
So Lori's got a great comment. She says people are desperately seeking, even if they don't
yes.
realize they are. Everyone needs hope today. Yeah, it's what's your comment to that, Bill?
Oh, that's 100%. That's one of the biggest killers or destroyers in people is the lack of hope. We all need hope. And when you lose hope, that's when you get to that point to where you pull the trigger or you give up or you walk out or whatever it is. Don't give up hope. There's always hope. Always remember that in every storm in life, it's like storms that blow up. See, we've been in those bad storms. Whoa, this is terrible. Big old black skies, rain, hail, whatever. Guess what? Tomorrow there's going to be sunshine, and there's always hope down the road. Don't give up hope. That's a great comment, Lori. I love that.
Lori made the comment in her live stream about prayer the other day that when God doesn't answer a prayer, sometimes we get really discouraged by that. But an unanswered prayer now doesn't mean an answered prayer later, or that there was a good reason that particular prayer wasn't answered. I can't figure
Yes.
out God, but I do know. J. Vernon McGee, the radio preacher, used to say that God's hope is not a hope so, it's a no so. Did you ever hear Vernon McGee? Do you remember that guy?
I remember the name. I can't remember any particulars, but
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that and
He was through the Bible radio. That guy was crack me up.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
used
hope is so important.
I think that and what you about an unanswered prayer. I've learned another thing in life as old as I am. I remember when I was a young kid and I had a girl I was sweet on, and I just prayed, God, let her be my girlfriend, but he never did. And I thought, why didn't you answer my prayer? Well, if it hadn't been for that, it was only a few years later I met Granny. Best thing that ever happened to me. So an unanswered prayer is not an unanswered prayer. It's a no for now, or you're not ready for it. And if you just trust in the Lord, and that's why if you pray for something and it doesn't happen, then okay, maybe it's not time, or maybe it's not good for me. The business that we lost, I think I said this in the video. I would pray to God, Lord, if this is going to be, and we were being very profitable, making good money, and we were growing rapidly and doing really well. And there was a lot of good things I saw doing with that. And I said, Lord, if this is going to cause our success is going to cause me to lose my faith or who I am or my wife or my kids or have some kind of a tragedy, a calamity happen down the road, then defeat me in it. And
Yeah.
he did. So it's like, okay. And anyway, there's
See,
always a reason.
Chuck's chiming in on this. I told my granddaughter once that God always answers your prayers, but sometimes the answer is no
There you
because he
go.
has something so much better for you. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate that.
From
So
a
we're
wise
kind of
man.
we're kind of winding down here, pops. This has been a lot of fun, man. I think I don't know much. Maybe we do ought to do this every Monday. What do you think?
I'm game. This is a blast. I'm having fun.
Oh, brother. So, pops, Bill,
Yeah.
have you got any last comments for anyone for the live stream on any subject, any topic that you want to have a last comment on?
Now you should have asked me that ahead of time, Mike. This is not fair. This is cheating,
I
bad
know,
gummit.
I know. I just want to give you any heads up, man.
No, as far as just a final word, folks, just the majority of our viewers, or like you said, later in life, there's some younger ones, but don't take life too serious. Just trust in the Lord. Take it a day at a time. When things happen, just roll with the flow, kind of roll with the punches, and enjoy life. Enjoy your family, your kid, your wife, your husband. Enjoy the Lord, the outdoors, and nature. Just have fun with life, and just be who you are, and find something you can have passion in and hope. As I said in my video, a friend of mine told me, Pop, when I was 70, you've lost your passion, your drive, your dream. You need a dream. And
Mm,
I have that now, and it's fortunately, thank you for the Lord. Thank you, Lord, that it's in this community. And I just love and appreciate everybody that watches our videos. Not for me, not for my benefit. I get benefit from it because of the pleasure, but just have fun, enjoy life, and realize that soon it's going to be over. Walk through a cemetery sometime and look at all those gravestones and say, hey, if you could come back right now, what would you tell me? And they tell you, don't take life too serious. Enjoy life, because you're soon going to be right here where I am, and then it's over from the physical point. But anyway, that's my 2 cents worth.
I think that's worth more than 2 cents, my friend. I think we're all here for a purpose, and we may not
Amen.
understand it, but today there's a purpose for you and I being here. I don't know about you, Bill. I'm appreciative of all the folks that are in the chat today and
Absolutely.
all the super gifts. That's pretty encouraging. But really fun having you on here, buddy. It's
Been a
really
blast.
enjoyed it.
I really appreciate it, Mike. I thank you very much for the opportunity. And I'm sorry we couldn't call out more people here. We just got into talking, but maybe we can do this again and focus more on the commenters. But thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You know, I don't think I got a single QQQ. Nobody had any questions, but they had a lot of comments.
That's because we wouldn't shut up long enough to let them comment and ask.
No, you get too old. I won't tell you what I was going to say. You get two old guys like you and I on here, but nobody can get a word in edgewise. Come on, give me a
Exactly.
break.
We got a lot to say and not much time to say it in.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Pops and I are very grateful. We love you guys.
Thank you all. Love you.